Hello, and welcome to the Garlic Bread Brigade podcast episode 18. My name is Mike, and I'm here with Sam.
Yo, what up? Guys, it's been a while.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, it's been some time. Yeah, but we will discuss shortly as to why we're late. But first of all, we'd like to pay some respects to our boys in Ukraine doing it tough.
Yeah, very
Yes,
unfortunate.
yeah. Mike, please say some words of sympathy.
Um, the very unfortunate that due to these unforeseen circumstances that they've been placed in this situation. I hope they see it through, and I hope they're able to return home safely.
Okay, that was great, Mike.
Thank you, thank you.
Now I also want to say some tribute to people in Australia who've been doing it tough throughout the terrible, terrible weather that has caused more floods yet again. Yep,
Yeah, very unfortunate.
it's definitely worse this time because like we're heading into the winter season,
Yeah,
probably my favorite season.
very interesting.
Yeah, I'll explain that again in a bit. Um, yeah, yeah. So it's only gonna get worse from here on out because like in the winter season, it's the El Nino and El Nina bullshit that I don't really know how to explain. Um, yeah, it's just gonna be more wind and more rain.
What do you mean by the El Nino and El Nino?
You know the wind and you learned it in geography, the El Nino and the La Nina. Come on,
I've
everyone
heard of
knows
it.
this. The
Okay,
wind
whatever.
cycle and the rain and the clouds.
Yeah,
Did you know
is
that?
that what it's called?
Yeah, yeah, that's what it's called. I'm not even kidding you.
No, this is my first time hearing about this.
Come on, everyone's heard about this.
What, the El Nino and La Lina?
Yeah,
Is
that's
that
it. Yes,
first time
it's
I heard
the
of
El Nino and the La Nina. It's El Nina. See, the El Nino is warm phase of the El Nino Southern Oscillation and is associated with the brand of warm ocean water that develops in the central and east central equatorial Pacific, including the areas of the Pacific coast of South America and other stuff.
it. Okay, how's one supposed to know that? And to do, did you
Yeah,
read like a definition?
yeah, yeah. That was Wikipedia's definition. Yeah,
Okay, alright, thanks, I guess.
yeah, and then the El Nina as well. I mean, El Nino.
This
See,
is legit the
even
first
if
time
you
I
look
hear
it
about
up,
it.
there's what is La Nina and how does it impact Australia? There's another link you can read.
Okay,
Yeah,
I mean,
I'll
cool.
send it to you later. You can have a read through it.
Gain some
Yeah,
knowledge.
because it pretty much increases rainfall.
Okay.
Yeah, I will also post this in the description for those of you who are curious. I didn't think we would ever be discussing El Nino and La Nina
I
of
mean,
on the
me
podcast.
evil, since I didn't know what this even was.
Everyone's learnt it in geography at least once, I'd say. At least once. Well, I remember in my geography class.
Okay,
Yep. So basically, what you need to know is that it's something that probably causes more rain.
okay,
Okay. And
alright.
yep. So yeah, because it's the winter season, more rain and winds yet to come, and it's also my favorite season. Um, coming up. So we're still not in it yet, but it's coming up.
Okay, is there a reason it's your favorite? Or like,
Yes, I will explain that in a bit.
okay, sure.
But first, everyone's wondering, where have we been these past week?
All two.
Pretty much.
I guess, yeah.
So we're here to answer all those, and then we'll get into the podcast.
Yeah.
All right. So, to be on a podcast, and you need a healthy sounding voice.
Right.
You definitely need one of those. And
Yes.
unfortunately, I was sick.
So you didn't have one of those.
I didn't have that. That's right. I didn't have that. So I couldn't talk pretty much because I had a sore throat. So it was pretty painful when I was talking.
Yeah.
Yep.
This man was
So
practically dying.
yeah. Hey, I wouldn't go as far as saying practically dying. I was
Okay.
okay for pretty much the most part.
All right.
Yeah. So don't worry, guys. Don't worry. Don't worry, guys. Don't book me don't book me a grave yet. I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry. I've been speaking with my funeral insurance guy. He said I'm not dead yet. So I'm like, all right.
Alrighty.
No, I'm just kidding. I haven't been speaking to anyone about that. But yeah, so had to rest up that week pretty much.
Yeah. So that took
That took a while.
a long time.
Yeah, and also I've been prepping for pretty much also during that period well before I got sick I've been prepping for it, and I had my finally after a few years of lockdown because like they finally reopened it, been able to have my university graduation. So woo!
Poggers.
Yeah, it was a great time.
Congrats.
Got my certificate finally.
Finally.
Yeah, took a while. I'm
Yeah.
gonna frame it. I'm gonna frame it. I haven't framed it yet, but yeah, gonna be.
Right.
It was really exciting. Had a great time. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then also we pretty much also we're pretty much also prepping for a big event after while I think I was still sick at the time, but it was a very special man's birthday. I wonder
Yes.
who it was.
Yeah. Me too. I wonder.
I wonder. I wonder.
I wonder.
It starts with an M.
Indeed, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's Mike Wazowski from Monsters Inc.
Yeah. From Monsters Inc.
Yeah, yeah,
Most
yeah.
likely.
They're great. A
Yeah.
legend. A legend.
Yeah.
Nah, it's just kidding. Our very own Mike from the Garlic Red Brigade.
Yeah. It was my birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like more than a week ago now.
Mm-hmm. It's yep. We had a great time.
It was fun.
Yeah. We had some cake, and then there were just some
Yeah.
gifts exchanged. Well, not really exchanged. I was just giving him gifts.
We had a Barbie, so it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was Barbie. Yeah, traditional Australian Barbie. Just have a Barbie.
Yeah.
Um.
No shrimp though.
Yeah. We don't even call it shrimp. We call it prawns.
Yeah. Yeah. Like.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was all right. We we
Yeah.
we did we did all right.
Yeah. If anyone wondering, yes. Oh, it's pretty much what we got him as gifts. He's a gamer, so we pretty much got him a few games.
Yeah. Yeah.
Elden Ring, Star Wars, Lego Star Wars. Ooh,
Yeah.
what
Yep.
great games, and some board games as well.
Righto.
Yeah, should be
And
fun.
since Sam over here graduated, we got him the new Kirby game.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. He got me a gift
He's
Kirby
been
game.
enjoying it.
Yeah,
Came out the same day as his graduation.
yeah, my graduation, awesome. Like, yeah, fun time.
This man, as soon as he came back, so he went to buy Kirby.
Yeah, I went and I was like, oh, I'm getting Kirby. I'm getting it as a graduation gift.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone else goes out like celebrates and like drinks and like all this stuff, and I'm like, no, 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 I gotta go pick up Kirby.
Yeah.
Oh god,
Real commitment.
exactly. She,
Commitment to the core.
as a
uh,
gamer, um,
yeah. I don't know. That's kind of been what we've been doing, I
yeah.
guess.
So yep. But
So
to
now
be
we're
fair,
back.
like I pretty much missed recording these podcast episodes. Always fun time when I get to like talk random shit with Mike here.
Yeah. Very fun.
Yep. Anyway, like let's hop into something I just discussed earlier. So
Alright,
I'm
sure.
gonna explain to you guys why I think pretty much winter, or I'd say like autumn to winter is my favorite season. Those two are probably my more favorite season.
Okay.
Mhm. Yes.
Yeah. So what's the
I
reason?
will tell you a reason. My least favorite season is definitely summer. And
Too hot.
what?
Too hot.
Too hot, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Understandable.
I like spring a lot as well. So it's pretty much like this is the time where it's like the best because you're shifting over from like autumn to like winter, and then you got spring. So it's like the best time.
Okay.
This is like the best time. I'm gonna tell you some things.
Sure.
Pretty much as gamers, you'd like to stay though anyways to just like play game, watch TV shows, watch anime, watch movies, sleep. Like it's the best. None
So
of
you're
the
saying
outside stuff, you know.
winter gives you the excuse.
What?
Winter gives you the excuse to
No,
stay
winter
though.
winter is like it's not like more of gives you an excuse. Yeah, it gives you a rainy day. You just stay home. Yes, I do agree with that, right? But it's more
Right.
like what I really like about winter is like you can easily control like the temperature,
Right.
right? For instance, you get cold, you just snuggle up in a blankie, or just wear a jacket. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like or you could just turn on the aircon or like the heater. I meant like the air conditioning because we got a built-in aircon heater, so you just turn it up to the heat pretty much. So it's
Yeah.
pretty
Just
chill.
adjust the temperature.
Yeah, yeah, pretty
Yeah. I
chill.
guess.
But then like in summer, right?
Yeah.
It's just too hot to do anything. Like it's just too hot. Like you could drink plenty of water. You can like drink like eat ice cream, whatever. It's so hot. It's like even as much as you adjust it, sometimes it gets just worse. Like you turn on the AC, it's like and then like it's just too hot to do anything. It's like even the slightest thing makes you like you're like oh my god, makes you so like bothered. You know what I mean? Not
Right.
bothered. Like it makes you uncomfortable and like you're bothered by the heat, basically.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, yeah. Plus,
Plus,
like
winter doesn't do that. I guess.
yes, I do agree. Winter doesn't do that. Like you can easily adjust yourself. You can just go like I'm gonna put on more layers, right? You can
Right.
easily put on more layers, but then you're like, all right, in summer, you're like I'm gonna just take off layers, but you can't just. There's no infinite taking off layers. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Once you get like down to your boxes, you're like you're like yeah, okay. If I take off another layer, I'm basically not wearing any clothes. Like I can't take off more layers.
Yeah.
Whereas like winter, you can just be like, all right, cool, I'm cold, just put on more socks. I'm more cold, or just put on a jacket. I'm more cold, just put on some gloves. Like you're always putting on more layers.
Right.
I'm cold. You put on a beanie. I'm cold. You just put on a blankie. I'm cold. Like what? Like you can just keep constantly just put layers.
Sure. I mean that works. Yeah.
Mm. Basically, yeah. And then like you're cold. Like all right, I'll just go make myself a hot drink. You know.
Right.
So it's like it's that feeling. You know, like you know what I mean. And sometimes like yes, it's freezing in the morning, right?
Right.
I mean like yeah, but like well, I don't wait. I mean like I just stay home. Like I wake up early. Yes, I do wake up early for like for pretty much work and just to everyone do pretty much wake up early. What else? Work. Wasn't for work,
Yeah.
I'd just be sleeping in.
Well,
Yeah,
so
but like I'm not going out to work, so like they're just like
lucky.
yeah,
I guess. I mean, I guess a good enough. Like, what's the word?
yeah, it's fair. Like I think like that is like, some of the yes, like spring is like I think like autumn and spring are really good because like the weather doesn't bother you much
Right.
as much. Yeah, but it's like
It's probably
I like the feeling of cuddling in a blanket or like sipping some I don't know hot cocoa or coffee and just like you know hopping on my
right.
computer like that. I just love like that feeling.
There's a what's the word? Spring and autumn are probably my favorites
Mm. And I don't
because
blame
it's
you.
not
They are, yeah.
too hot, not too cold.
Mm.
It's just it's the sweet spot. So it's like yeah. So it's
Yeah.
like I don't get overheated and I don't get sick in the winter. So it's like cool.
Mm.
So it
No,
works.
that's a fair. That's a fair. I mean,
Yeah.
some people like tell you like they like summers because they like going out to the beach every day. I know some people that love going out to the beach every day. Some of my friends do that.
Mm. I mean, I would say I prefer summer over winter though.
You prefer summer over winter? Like too hot, but
Yeah.
you
I mean, it's hot, but the thing is, that, like, I'd still do stuff, but like winter gets me sick.
right. But if you're not
Uh,
sick, I like winter more. It's just my opinion. I'm
yeah. Okay.
saying. My opinion is like I like winter. Yes, when you get sick, it's pretty bad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is.
No, yeah, that's the reason I don't like it.
Fair enough. Fair
Because
enough.
like
I just
it's
don't like it.
very
The heat bothers me.
right.
Come on, fam. I'm just lying down like it's like I'm being grilled. Yeah, I'm being grilled. I sit down. It's like it's too hot. I'm being grilled.
Right.
It's worse as well because Australia is like it's really hot every summer. Like it's one of the countries that gets super hot.
Yeah.
Curse you!
Well, close to sun.
Why? The equator. Why do you gotta be so close to Australia?
I mean, it's not
Why?
even really that close. It's close enough to like the top region of Queensland.
Yeah, but it's still pretty close to Australia.
I guess. I
Why?
mean, but some countries are on it.
Yeah, no,
There's a
that's yeah.
possibility.
I feel like yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know. Season's overrated.
Season's overrated.
Yeah. Too cold, too hot. Give me the in between.
Do you like having a summer like Christmas or not
Like how
really?
it's hot on summer.
No, no.
I
I
mean,
mean
if
like
you want to
summer
try dressing
Christmas,
up.
summer and Christmas.
I mean, I never had Christmas in the winter.
It's not that. I'm not talking about
Yeah,
like
but
winter.
like
I'm just talking about like all the Christmas like stuff that come out right
yeah,
around that like signifies like the cold and stuff, right? You turn on the TV
right.
and it's a Christmas movie and it's like snowing and stuff, right? But then here in Australia it's hot. You get like opposites. You know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like
So, do you say I prefer in the summer
no
than the
no.
winter?
What I'm saying is like it's like that clash. You kind of get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, like
is it weird that when we sit down like we let's say watching Christmas movie or like you put up like decorations. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like some people put like fake snow all over their like Christmas tree and like on their grass and lawns. Like, isn't it weird? Like, you kind of get
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying.
Yeah, I definitely understand. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Maybe more so as like a kid, I'd be more confused. But now I'll just be like, yeah, people just like doing it. And I myself when it's Christmas, I like to wear like the Santa hat and like sweat my entire head. But it's like,
Dude, we need a summer Christmas movie.
I mean, there probably is, but it's like very
Yeah, but and
limited.
we need a good summer Christmas movie. One that everyone
Oh yeah,
knows. Like, yeah, because
that's
like
impossible.
you don't hear too many people say, "Oh yeah, do you know that movie, that Christmas movie?" And it's like a full summer.
Yeah, I don't think there is one of those.
Exactly,
Yeah, I
exactly.
mean, at least one that isn't like the one that's good, I guess.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah,
Nah, nah. Fair
I mean,
enough.
I don't know. I mean, you don't think of oh yeah, Australia. The first thing, yeah, Christmas. I don't know. It's like kind of like the last thing I think of. I don't
Yeah, yeah. No, fair, 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 fair.
know.
Facts. All right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So in that case,
Yeah,
let's move on to some news of I'd say the 2 weeks.
yeah.
Yeah, so some of
I
this
guess.
may be old if you guys listen to other YouTubers or you go read through some
Or look at the news.
gaming news or entertainment news. But yeah, for us, it's gonna be some new stuff to talk about. Okay, so there was an announcement that E3 is cancelled for this year.
Oh no.
I don't think it's that big
Anyway,
of a deal.
yeah, it's not really. Everyone has their online thingamajiggy
I
now.
mean, not everyone. It could just be anything can be just released online. You don't need to
Yeah,
wait to have an E3 to have like a big announcement. I guess the thing is like the E3 is like it's just good for like communities to get together, like the gaming community and like the content creator community.
right.
It's a good place to get together.
But it hasn't been like that in like a couple years.
That's fair because of the current
Yeah,
situations, but I don't think it's anything. I don't think it's a big loss.
right.
I
Especially
don't
when
think
like
too many people were complaining about it.
there's that other. the other gaming thing, the one that happens in Germany. I can't remember what it's called.
Or
There's that one
Gamescom?
too. I don't think it's
Is that what co-
Gamescom.
It's not called Gamescom?
Um,
Ah, hmm.
yeah, wait, give me a second.
Oh, are we sure it's not called Gamescom? Is it Solcon?
Totally.
Ha, got you.
Um, is it Gamescom? It might.
Yeah, I think it's Gamescom. I always thought it was Gamescom.
Yeah, it's Gamescom.
Yeah. Oh, Gamescom. Ah, nice.
Yeah, not Gamescom,
Okay,
Gamescom.
close enough. Close enough. Close enough.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, like, it's okay. I mean, I never thought it was a big deal. I mean, like, look, right? For me,
yeah,
it's like, okay, I get it. You want to have like a big event for all these people to go to, but like, look, if you're ready to release a trailer, just release it. You know what I mean?
right.
We don't have like a big event where movies like release all their stuff. You know what I mean?
Comic Con.
Comic Con.
I guess that's like for like comic-based movies.
No, but like, as in like, we don't wait until like a giant as like to like see everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
I guess. I mean,
like random trailers just appear out of nowhere and you will just see it.
unless they do it at like award ceremonies, I don't think they do.
Yeah, see, we don't need to wait. Like, why do we need to wait on that for games? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Well, we could just have just yeah.
I don't know. I mean, they just usually around that time, anyways. They just drop stuff, like
No, fair enough.
Nintendo, Microsoft, Sony, uh, EA, Ubisoft. They all just like drop stuff.
Well, yeah. But see,
Yeah,
I think it's just E3 has just because like there might be nothing to announce. That just might be one reason why it's cancelled. Your big
yeah,
players have nothing to announce.
yeah. Maybe. I mean,
I mean,
I'm
think
just
about this. I want you to think about this for a sec, right?
yeah.
All right, you thinking?
I am. My big brain is turned on.
Okay. Who has anything big to announce? Like, who's got like a trailer to? Ubisoft are investing in the NFT bullshit, like, which I don't think will take anything like anything they announce is gonna have huge backlash, right?
Right,
So like that's out of the picture, yeah.
right.
What does Microsoft have to announce, right?
Um,
Like their big
some
acquisition with what's it called? Activision, like nothing really is gonna be announced from there, you know?
no, unless they have something for Bethesda on that.
Right,
No,
right. But like Bethesda, we think of Starfield, and Starfield's like,
doesn't even have a trailer yet,
yeah,
like a proper
exactly. So
trailer.
like yeah,
And I think
exactly.
it's supposed to come out like this year, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
So
maybe they
yeah,
show
could
something.
could have had like Starfield, but then like you just have like Starfield. Like, is there anything else you think that's big? Like Sony, I don't think would have revealed anything. I
I
think
mean, Sony
Sony wants
might,
to reveal all their stuff at like like their Sony Play or exclusive
yeah,
whatever. So they're not gonna release anything at E3, you know. So your big like selling point at E3 is legit Starfield.
basically. I mean,
Yeah,
if they did show it off at
right,
E3,
right, right.
yeah,
Well, like because like you're not gonna show off anything Activision shows off for
yeah,
clear
no, I mean
reasons.
they don't have anything. They really don't even have anything,
Yeah, I know, but you want good press, right?
right?
Whatever,
Actually, no,
whatever
they do have the
Activision,
next card.
what,
Yes, I was gonna
what?
say they do have the next card, but you don't want to show that off.
Right, 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 like, because you
Yeah,
don't want bad press. Like that's the most important
right.
thing. You don't want bad press, so you're not gonna show off anything. So your big really reveal is probably Starfield if they've got a trailer, right? Other than
Yes,
that, it's just all like indie stuff. Like you want A3 to be like, I get it, indie stuff is pretty hype. Like don't get me wrong, right? But like
right.
if it's Ubisoft, like I don't see Ubisoft like getting unless it's backlash based off like all the NFT random bullshit that they're talking about, and like the community doesn't like that, you
Yeah.
know.
I
So
mean,
like
do they even have a game to show off?
that's what I'm
Like
saying.
Ubisoft?
Okay, if they don't have a game, like Ubisoft still wants to be a player, they're probably gonna
Yeah,
announce NFTs.
probably.
I won't put it past them. Like Ubisoft is like a company that I've pretty much complained a lot about in the past. You know,
Right,
I wouldn't put them past them. Like who knows? They might be like, oh my god, look at this NFT. So it's like if you've got if you've all you've got is pretty much Starfield, or if you want the bad publicity, you got the bad publicity ones, all right?
right,
It's like it won't be a huge success. Like it's gonna probably much like
right. So they just like cut their losses
yeah, just
and
cut
just
your
go for
leg
next year.
exactly. Because like it's not like think about this, right?
Right,
It's not just about like recording, right? Just like, oh, you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
E3. There's a lot that probably goes into it. I don't know how much goes into it.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. Getting certain people to talk, getting like the developers to say some stuff, getting people out of their time.
Yeah.
That's not an
And you
easy thing
can't.
to do.
Yeah.
Like not easy time and not a cheap thing to do.
But of course not.
Right. So if you want all that, you want a good reception at least, like the minimum.
Yeah.
Because even if you let's say you make your money back, right? Because people are gonna be watching, like there is no way not people are gonna be not be watching, right?
Right.
But like if you make a bad reception, like like it just kills off like next year's E3, let's for example. You kind
Yeah.
of get what I'm saying?
Right.
All right, that's like one thing. But my next question to you is: canceling E3, does it have like put any pressure on next year's E3 anyway? Like, you know what I mean? Do you think they'll
Ah.
have another E3 next year? Because you think about that, I did say that
Mhm.
if this E3 was bad, right, based on what I just said, like it would put pressure, like no one will care about next year's E3, right?
Yeah. I mean, they did
But
say
like,
they are like, what's the word, like, they're gonna have one next year. Um. If they're able to have a physical one, maybe. But if it's an online one, I don't think many people will care as much. Like, you know what I mean?
right,
But
right, yeah, fair enough, fair
I
enough.
mean, there's gonna be more games to show off. But it's like, who's gonna be there?
No, no,
Everyone's just gonna do their own thing.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
Yeah. And there's also like other stuff. Like there's a Summer's Game Festival, Gamescom. There's other like cons now that like exist, and it's, I don't know. There might be a better time slots and whatnot. So I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
E3 is kind of like dying almost
I
in
wouldn't
a
say
sense.
E3. It's just like very unlucky. I say this year
Yeah,
E3.
maybe. Very
Because
unfortunate.
I'm gonna bring up the next news, right? We
Yeah.
drop is Breath of the Wild 2 being delayed for 2023.
Yes.
You could have said E3 could have showed off Breath of the Wild if it was coming out this year, but that's another game that
Yeah.
you couldn't show off because of the fact that it's being delayed.
Right, but like again, probably an Into the Direct would have just showed it off.
Yeah, exactly. But you still
Yeah.
would have like I don't think Nintendo would have been like, all right, we'll give it to E3 because like still, no matter where you show off something like right,
Yeah.
Nintendo still gets like you know what I mean.
Right. I mean, when Breath of the Wild first came out, like the
Mm.
original one,
Yeah.
at E3, I'm pretty sure you could play like a demo of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's still yeah this. So yeah,
So
but
yeah, they
like
probably would
again,
have something similar.
right? But like
Yeah.
again, like it, Breath of the Wild would have been a big game to show off at E3. Like I said, you know what I mean.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild 2, yeah.
But like because of the fact that like it got delayed, I think that hits like another like
Yeah.
nothing really big to announce at E3.
Also, like many of the bigger games have already came out. To you know what I mean? Some of like the more anticipated games of this year have already come out.
Right, but like I said, like it
Yeah.
doesn't have to be anticipated. It can be brand new releases as well,
Yeah,
right?
true.
It can be stuff that we don't know. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right, but like I said, like Microsoft, I think is just prepping for a good release for Starfield,
Yeah.
just because of the fact that like I think Microsoft is doing all their focus on this, and it's not because like I don't think Microsoft is a company that like has the manpower or whatever, right? Like it's got nothing to do with that, right?
Right.
It's just that they want Starfield to be a successful game, so they can show off like to the people, right?
Right.
Yo, Bethesda's back, basically.
Basically, yeah.
Because if Microsoft and Bethesda stuff up Starfield,
Yeah.
I think like that's more of a question. Another question like the acquisition of Bethesda hasn't like the acquisition of
Wasn't
Bethesda
worth
by
it.
Microsoft. It's not wasn't worth it. That's because we will see the worth more later, right? But it's the
Right.
first step into like going down like Microsoft's not fixing anything at Bethesda. What is the relation? You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
more of a question of that instead of like has this failed? You know what I mean? It's more
Right.
because
Like
think
has
about
it
that,
had an effect?
right? Because there will be there's you don't always hit all your games.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? You don't like obviously when you release, you don't always hit every single one. There's like a point where like there's gonna be some misses, some hits, right?
Yeah.
But you want the first one to be a hit, right?
Yeah. Standouts.
Yeah, to like to show people, oh look, Microsoft has changed Bethesda, right?
Right.
Now, look, if Starfield's a miss, right? But the
Yeah.
game's not buggy. Like it's a miss as in terms of not many people enjoyed it, whatever. As long as it's not buggy, I think that's still a success for Microsoft. You know what I mean?
Right.
But if it's a miss because of the bugginess, then like there's gonna be questions raised. You know?
Right.
That's why I'm
Or
saying
just
what we're saying.
or, like on both fronts. Like
What?
it's not like good of a game and it's buggy.
Yeah, but what I mean, not good of a game. I don't mean like the game's terrible. I mean like it's like a niche audience. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Oh, if the game's just terrible, okay, that's another question, right? But what I
Yeah.
mean is like the successful for me is for me of like of this is either it's a great game or it's a game but there's a niche player base, but it's not too many sales. You know,
Right.
if either of these two happen, at least, yeah,
Yeah.
I still consider it a success.
Right.
I consider it success, right?
Yeah.
But if it's like other two, like you said, if the game failed to sell for whatever reason because not popular at all, or it's like how do you say it? Like it's super buggy. Then questions are asked, what are Microsoft doing with Bethesda? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because of that, I think that puts more less. I think that's like I wouldn't say more pressure. I'd say like Microsoft will not be like willing to show off another trailer for another game, like a triple
Right.
A game, not like an indie game. Indie game's fine. A
Yeah.
triple A game for the fact that they don't want to overshadow Starfield, and B that I think they're more focused on Starfield just to have a good release.
Yeah.
Well,
I
that's
mean,
just my take.
I kind of agree because like Bethesda's next game afterwards would take how many years to come out?
Well, we don't know.
Skyrim.
Yeah,
Oh, not Skyrim. It's Elder Scrolls.
Skyrim. It's probably
So it's
Skyrim.
like,
Right,
that will be then logical next release. But the
right,
thing is, that logical next release can take another 3 years.
right. That is the logical next
Yeah.
release. And if Starfield's bad, it puts into question how good will, like when I say
They'll,
bad, it's like buggy mess. How good
yeah.
is like will Skyrim's next release be? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Elder Scrolls. Yeah.
And like I said, it puts into question Microsoft. Like, yes, they bought it, but they didn't just buy it because they wanted games. They bought it because they wanted to fix the company.
Right.
Hopefully, you know what I mean?
Hopefully.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There's something. I'm just saying it's a smart move. Like, I'm just not the smart move. I'm saying it would be the smartest decision to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, speaking of Microsoft, their competitors,
Yeah.
Sony,
Sony.
has decided to release their subscription service.
Yay.
Yay, indeed.
I mean,
I have
good
question marks.
enough.
I have question marks. And see, the
It
problem is
should.
like, right? The problem, okay, the
Yeah.
problem with this is right.
Yeah.
Whatever Sony was gonna release was gonna be compared to the Game Pass.
Of course.
There was no question. Like Sony could have released anything, any type of subscription, and everyone's gonna compare it to the Game Pass. You know what I mean?
Right.
That is the problem with like nowadays, right? People will compare it to anything. You know?
Yeah.
Think about it. Mixer comes out, people comparing it to Twitch.
Right.
But I mean, like that's it is a direct
I mean,
comparison.
yeah.
But like you kind of get what I mean, right? Like
Yeah.
people gonna compare whatever comes out to whatever, right?
True.
Like people compare COD, Battlefield, and Halo to each other.
But I mean, yeah, FPSs they compare them to one another.
Right, but like you could say like they're each different in some sort of way.
Yeah.
COD's
True.
like your quick multiplayer one, or your Battlefield is your full scale one, and then while Halo is like your I'd say like outer space one. I don't know how to explain it, but
Sci-fi
basically
one.
what you say?
Sci-fi
Sci-fi,
one.
yeah, okay, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That would be that would be like different. You know what I mean? Like they're trying to
Right.
separate each other. Like what I'm saying is like if like Game Pass doesn't exist, like there would be no comparison, right? But of
Right.
course, whatever Sony was gonna release, it was gonna be in comparison. Why I say this is important to know is because like what am I trying to say? Give me a sec. I'm trying to say something along the lines of like obviously Sony wants to compete with the Game Pass, right?
Right.
Like
Once a
I
competitor.
believe they do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And because everyone says like, oh, like Sony went and bought Bungie to compete with Microsoft acquiring Activision. That's not true. You know what I mean?
No.
right, and it's like, okay, but okay, Sony subscription service trying to compare the Game Pass. Like they're two different subscription services. Yes, I get it. They're a bit comparable where you pay money, you get games. That is like the best. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Now
very similar.
that is the best like case. You pay games, you know what I mean? But then
Yeah,
again, like okay, I think this one is weaker than the Game Pass. There is no doubt about it.
yeah, there's no exception. Yeah,
Right? No doubt
much
about it.
weaker.
Yeah, it's weaker than the Game Pass. There are multiple reasons why. Like people were hoping first party games would be on here. First party games are not,
Yeah, like straight away on here. Nope.
and I don't blame them because like Sony is a smaller company than Microsoft. I don't think they can afford their losses in terms of um, you know what I mean.
Right. I mean, like, kind of, because they also have like two different, like, I guess, ways of working. Like Xbox is kind of just based, or like Microsoft is just kind of like basing everything on the Game Pass, while Sony's just basing everything on their like first party games.
That is true, right? That is true. Don't get me
Right.
wrong, right?
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is like when Microsoft goes and buys out a company, right?
Right.
And Microsoft creates a game, all right? Let's say that, right? They make a game, yep.
Yeah.
Whenever the company releases the game on the Game Pass, the short term money doesn't come straight away. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Of course not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like, they don't need that short term money. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No.
They don't need it because like they know that if they need money to work on the next game, Microsoft will give them the money. You know?
Yeah.
For me, it's like Sony, right? Let's say like the studio that releases like Horizon, the studio that releases God of War, you know what I mean? The
Yeah.
studio who makes Spider Man. These companies need the money. Been you know what I mean? To make
Yeah.
because like if you earn less money, basically, right?
Right.
The consequential is sequel of that game. Let's say it is sequel game, right?
Yeah.
Will probably be worse than the predecessor, right? Or
Right.
than the IP that just released will probably be worse than the previous IP. You know what I mean? Basically.
Right. Yeah.
And it's got nothing to do with like the developers aren't talented at that studio, right?
Right.
It's just that, to be fair, like you need money to pay employees. You need
Yes.
money to get certain voice actors. You need money to get certain technology. You know what I mean? If there's a new tech in the market, you need money to get that new tech. There is so many reasons. So Sony must have put that into consideration. There is no way. I don't believe right because like didn't he say like it's some sort of cycle? I don't remember who said it, right?
I think it was the CEO.
Yeah, CEO said it was like some sort of cycle, right? Like where like
Right.
they have like a consistent cycle. You kind of get what I'm saying,
Yeah. Yeah. I get what you mean.
right? So like I'm talking about the consistent cycle, as in like the money that they earn from the game. Pretty much, I wouldn't say all of it, right? Because that'd be like they need, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like pay everyone. Like it's like pretty much. I don't know the percentage. I'd say like most of it. I don't know what most is. You know,
Right.
most of it is put back into like developing the next game, pretty much.
Right. Of
Yeah,
course.
and like if you lose that type of money, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's why I'm saying for now, I think the subscription service will not have first party games for now. But once they like, I don't know, they acquire enough like people subscribe to that service and have are earning a lot of money to the point where they are like what's it called? Like
What,
they are
like
earning
decent
the
amount
same
of money?
amount of money that they would earn from like, or not the same amount, like a similar amount of money that they would earn from selling the games outright. I think that's when they will shift some of these games to like subscription. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, they're only gonna. They said like they won't launch their first party games at the same time as when they put the like the discs out or the online like copies out. They said they'll put it out later on, but they said they just won't put it out when they come out, like retail.
Yeah, but you think about this, right? Even if you say that, right?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Of course, like Xbox Game Passes, like most of them
No, no,
coming
no,
out
no.
at the
That's
same
not what I
time.
mean.
Like
I mean, like what I mean is, right? You
what?
have the subscription. You're not gonna wait 1 month or 2 months to get that game released. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
You want to play that game. These are games you want to play, right?
Yes, you want to buy it.
God of War is like a top tier game. Horizon's another top tier game. These are the games that like pretty much are the ones that you want to play, right?
Right.
And they got, and like there's so many people that you'd say like streamers want to stream these games. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? All these other people, YouTubers want to make these games. There are so many things that you want to like, how do you say it? That influence, right? Like not just like I want to play the game, right?
Right.
Like you know how like PlayStation will at the current like with the current like PS Plus, you get sometimes you get like a few free games every month.
Yeah.
Sometimes you pick up a game, you're like, hey, I never expected to pick this up, or like I plan to get this later on. Like you know what I mean?
Right.
When you grab them, you're like, hey, this is fun. Like I would have not like played this game without PS Plus. Y- That you know what I mean? Like that's what you're trying to get out of the subscription, right?
Right.
Like the new subscription service, basically.
Yeah.
But you also want the benefits of like the Game Pass, where you're like, I want to play like the new games on release. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
already paying this certain amount. I should. But like I said, I 100% agree with you. Yes, they are releasing those games later on. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But it's like, yep, that's one area I believe that I think Sony's just waiting to get a certain amount of things like I do it's not things subscribers to be able to pay to earn the same, not same, like similar amounts that they were originally earning. You know what I mean?
Right.
To put it back into the company.
To the games,
Right,
like
right.
reinvest them.
Mm-mm. Exactly. Reinvest it
Yeah.
basically. That's
I
a
have the.
what?
I was gonna say I have the quote pulled up if you want me to read it.
No, it's all good. Pretty much, we'll post the article later or something.
No, sure, no worries.
Um, the second one is the fact that you can only stream PlayStation 3 games. That is the
Yeah.
second one. And for my to what I say is that they will probably change that in the future when they have the ability to emulate these on the PlayStation
Right.
4 5 hardware. I think the only reason they say stream PlayStation, right? Do you kind of get what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Like stream it, like
No,
play it live, like
yeah,
what?
stream it. Why I say that I'm talking about streaming it, right? Is that
Right.
I think this subscription service they want to release on both the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 5.
Perhaps.
Yeah, I believe so because the PlayStation 5s are really hard to get your hand on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I think that's one of the major reasons why they say you can stream PlayStation 3 games.
Right. But like, it's also because the PS3 has like a unique, um, kind of like hardware.
Right, right. I agree with you
Yeah.
on that. Right, I totally agree with you on that. That's like I'm not just dissing the fact that the PlayStation 3 has unique hardware. Right.
Right. I mean, when I mean unique, I mean it's just they made it very strangely.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that. What I'm saying though is that I believe that PlayStation knows that they can't remake their PlayStation emulation
Right.
on PS4. I just believe they can't do it on PS4. That's what I believe, right?
Maybe.
But that's just from my stand because like I think that at the moment it's gonna be like streaming, and then they'll figure a way how to make it on PlayStation 5. Do you kind of get what I'm saying?
Right.
And
And then
once
just have that available on
yeah,
it.
and then once they, because at the moment they're like, all right, look, we know that not many people have PlayStation 5, and it's hard to grab your hands on a PlayStation 5. Let's
Right.
instead of delaying the subscription for us to solve PS5 and then release the PS5, saying you can download it on PS5 and like stream it on PS4, right?
Yeah.
Let's just release it now and say you can stream it on like stream it, right?
Right.
and then when we find a solution, we'll say you can play. You know what I mean? So instead of delaying it and releasing it, saying you can play, you can download on PS5, I think they just want to release it now to get as many subscribers. And once they find that solution, they'll announce that you can download on PS5. Do you kind of get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So instead of just delaying it, that's what I believe. I'm just saying that's what I believe, right?
Right.
Because obviously, I think the hardware on both the PS4 and the PS5 is way superior than the PS3. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Yeah.
they should be able to, but I believe that like they are struggling. Because I believe that they are struggling. That's what I believe.
Yeah. They're probably
And
struggling just to
no, it's not
because
struggling of like in terms of making it available on both the PS4, PS5, right? That's not what I'm saying, right?
right.
I believe that they're struggling because of like pressure from Nintendo and Xbox, or Nintendo and Microsoft. I mean, yeah,
Okay.
like
I
because
mean,
Microsoft is gaining the subscribers, and then they're now like we're playing the game where like Microsoft's purchasing companies, and you're sitting there like, oh well, we need to earn money so we can be able to purchase. You kind of get what I'm saying?
yeah.
That's what I think. And then Nintendo's coming up, you know what I mean? So
Right.
they just didn't want to fall behind.
Yeah.
Well,
True.
that's what I believe because we don't know all the inside information. You know what I mean?
Right. But I think like I guess more. I'd say most of them, they're more so like pressured by Microsoft because I feel like what's the name? Nintendo's doing a really bad job with their emulations
No, I'm not talking about emulation. I'm
in
just
general.
talking about the company in general.
Oh, in general, just like what their practices.
No, no, no. As in, like the company's on a rise. I just see it on a rise. Like Nintendo just keeps getting better.
Oh,
Like their games. That's what I mean. You know what I mean? They're getting
I
like
guess.
from their competitors, right?
Right.
Because Nintendo Switch is pretty much the most sold like device. Like aren't they sold out as well? Pretty much.
No.
No,
I
at
mean, they
some
have
point they
just
were. You know what I mean?
probably,
Yeah. So that's
but
what I'm saying. Like
yeah,
people are still purchasing. You remember uh, like people are struggling to get it on Christmas. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah. So like it clearly tells you Nintendo is like people still lots of people are purchasing Nintendos. You know what I mean? Yeah,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's like a couple of reasons. Like now, that's my theory, right? I could be
yeah.
completely wrong. Maybe PlayStation is trying to figure out a way to do it on both PS4 and PS5. You know what I mean? Maybe they are. You
Right.
know, I just don't know. But I think in just my mind, right? Because like the PS5 hardware is way superior than the PS4. I think they might have like trying to find one for the PS5, but they can't do it for the P. You know what I mean? They're not able to do it
Maybe.
PS4, and then they were like, "All right, look, we're losing money the longer we just keep developing it." You know what I mean? Or trying to solve
Right.
it. So we'll just release it, and then once it's ready, we'll be like, "All right," because I 100% think like I believe that like the subscription service is not finalized. You know what I mean?
Right.
I believe we'll have iterations of the service. I think this is just the first iteration because like I said, PlayStation does not want to fall behind.
Right. True.
Because if you wait until you get the perfect like subscription service that you believe it's perfect enough, right?
Right.
At that time, let's say you've fallen behind in terms of you can't. It will take even longer to put your first party subscriptions on there as early as possible because you haven't earned any money from the service. If you
Yeah.
delayed it, you know what I mean? Basically,
Yeah.
that's the first, and then like, and then the second is you pretty much are losing to Microsoft in terms of the long game. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's just my understanding because like I'm just thinking about it of like in terms of like business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously in terms of like the consumer, I don't think like I've only seen like and I wouldn't say completely negative. I'm just saying like when people compare it to Game Pass, they're like the value is not there. That's basically what I see,
Okay.
or basically on the internet. do
Hmm.
you do you kind of agree with me? I also agree. Okay, in my terms, in terms of services, I don't think I will be purchasing the service. I just don't
No. No.
think
It's
I will
like
be.
I won't purchase the service. I
Right.
wouldn't purchase the service unless I knew what games exactly were on the service. And
And we don't
even if
know that because like
and I
this.
still won't even purchase the service anyways,
What would you
because like
say?
I still personally wouldn't purchase the service.
Mm.
I don't have a need to purchase it.
Right, but like we don't know the games just because nothing's been completely
Yeah,
announced. You know.
nothing's been out, but
Mm.
like that's like no one's gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna pre-purchase the service. Everyone's waiting.
Yes, and but
Yeah,
like, okay, yeah, but then like you sit there and like, okay, if you had to choose, you'd probably choose Game Pass, from my understanding.
yeah.
Mm.
I mean, what's the best thing? Well, it's
Right.
either what Game Pass, Sony, whatever Nintendo's doing.
Nintendo will not do a subscription based, I
They're
believe.
not doing subscription service, but what they're
Mm.
doing like with their like online BS, which is the worst by far,
Mm-mm.
I'd choose Xbox all the time, every time.
Microsoft's Game Pass, pretty much.
Yeah,
And don't forget the power of the Microsoft Game Pass is probably that as well, that you can get it on PC. That's the next power.
yeah,
Sony hasn't announced that you can get it on the PC.
they probably won't, if I'm gonna be
Yeah,
honest.
exactly. I
I mean,
also
they just because they just released like a month or two ago, like what's the word? God of War on Steam.
Hmm.
So why would they start doing now a service on like computers?
No, I'm just saying. I'm just talking about comparison. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm,
But I don't know unless they somehow do. I don't think they're gonna,
mm, mm. I agree with you on that.
and that might piss off some of the fanboys too.
See, it's the reason why it's like I don't think they can is because like Microsoft owns like the domain of like the store. You know what I mean? So like think about this: you buy a computer, right? It has
Yeah,
it's got like Microsoft, on it. You know what I mean?
yeah, Windows, yeah,
Windows, yeah. And so Microsoft Windows already has like the Xbox logo on the computer you purchased, or you've got a Microsoft store basically.
yeah,
Yeah. So you've pretty much got all these services already on it.
yeah. Unless
You've
it's
got
like
to install Steam
download,
basically. Yeah, the PC doesn't come with basically Steam.
yeah, it's like
The
something
default
unless
one
it's
is the
something like that.
Microsoft one, right? Yeah. Uh, it's just like, yeah. Anyway, basically, anyway, just so we know it, right? Just to be clear,
Yeah,
we're just saying that this is we're not gonna go through the tiers, but what I'm saying is this is a weaker service than Microsoft's, right?
right,
And I believe, in my opinion, I'm talking about, all right. And
yeah.
I don't know if you agree with this. I believe that they were pressured by Microsoft and Nintendo that they had to release something, and this is what they released.
I think, in my opinion, I think they're pressured by consumers more so than any of the companies. Because the companies they did it and they're getting money from it, but consumers are asking Sony to do it.
Yes, yes, I agree with you.
So I think
That's
I
also
think
agree.
it's
But like
consumers.
they pressured to the consumers that they had to release something. You know what I mean? That's why we
Yeah,
came up with this here.
because like what everyone's buying the Game Pass.
Mm,
Nintendo, I guess people buying the Switch, but other than that, I don't really see Nintendo doing much to pressure them.
it's no, I
And
think it's just pressure because Nintendo is on a rise. That's what my pressure. What I
yeah,
mean
but
by
I
pressure.
mean like other than them just buying like if you buy the Nintendo Switch, okay, understandable, but it's like
Right.
they don't have any subscription based
Mm-mm.
services other than the
See,
online stuff.
my question is this all comes back to right, and this includes uh, Microsoft as well. It just all comes back to like the
Well,
new PlayStation and the Xbox are both being scalped,
yeah,
right? Because imagine this: imagine those were not scalped, right? Xbox, PlayStations, right?
right,
You will see like what's it called? A PlayStation 5 games pretty much, and like the new Xbox games flying off the shelves. A right. B,
right.
you will see less of these dual like PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, or like Xbox, the new one and the old one, um,
Releases.
releases. Like for instance, the Hogwarts was announced to be on PlayStation 4 as well. Where I
Yeah,
don't think by the time next Christmas rolls around, I think PlayStation 5 would be most people who had a PS4, right, would have a PS5, right, basically.
right,
So then I think like you transition to the point where you are like I wouldn't say not releasing anything else for the old console. That's not what I mean, right? But your
right.
main focus is no longer the old console,
Yeah,
which would in turn create your subscription service. You don't have to, like I said, if they are working on like to make a downloadable version of the PlayStation 3, you do not have to do it for both PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. You kind of get what I'm saying?
right,
Which is why I believe that like if they do like do have a like if they do come up with a downloadable version for the PS3, I think it's only going to be PS5. I only think it's going to be PS5. You know what I mean?
probably.
Yeah, but like it's all because of scalping. It's just everything comes back to scalping. You know what I mean?
I mean, it can come down to scalping, come down to lack of resources because of
Yeah, but you're
like
still getting the money. You
chip
still
shortages
yes, yes. It
and
comes down to
whatnot.
all of these stuff. Yes, I completely agree with you. You know what I
Because
mean,
look, if we imagine none of that existing, they wouldn't
bro?
even be doing anything for the PlayStation 4
Right.
or the original
If you think
Xbox.
about this, right, you can
Yeah,
even bring it back to the current world and current situation. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Because think about this, you could when you purchase a PlayStation or an Xbox, right? You know how like scalping's just all online purchases, right?
Yeah.
The thing to do, right, would have been like you have to actually come in and collect your purchase, right? And then
Right.
and then you could have been like one per customer. You know what I mean? And
Right.
then like they could have like looked at you and said like you know what I mean, and like they could have
Yeah.
checked your ID or some bullshit. You know what I mean? And then that would have prevented some guy purchasing 4 or 5 at the same time. You know, basically, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that could have solved the issue, but like because of what happened and how it played out, this is the situation we're in. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I can't blame anyone. Like I can't
Yeah.
blame
Can't really.
anyone basically. You know what I mean?
Except the scalpers, they can definitely blame them.
I mean, yeah, but think just so before you go scalpers, like the current situation placed a lot of pressure on security because I don't think
Yeah.
like because when I talk about scalpers, right?
Yeah.
An interesting thing, like I only hear scalpers in terms of like the PlayStation or Xbox, right?
Right.
But then there's when you think about it, there's scalpers all over like every single you know what I mean
Yeah.
thing. But like this is the big one because everyone just wants to purchase it, right?
Right.
But like it's pretty much the same. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? It's pretty much the same
Yeah.
for all different things. And I think that that's like the pressure on like at that time like online orders, right?
Right.
Yes, they have been like on the rise, but then some people just do an online pre-order and pick it up, right?
Right.
Whereas like if you buy like a game or like some sort of audio device, like you'd instantly get it because they can make infinite copies, right? But once you have to
Right.
get physical devices, people just when people saw a method where you can actually gain something from limited stock and start reselling them, right?
Right.
That's when like I think scalping because it's just way more than just like you know what I mean. PlayStation, then you can get there's shoe scalpers. There's like I don't
I
know.
mean, it's for everything.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
And
but
the
like this
scumbags.
this just became a rise, and this is because like the it's not an issue because of scalpers, right?
Yeah.
I think like now it becomes more prevalent. I think it's just like the issue is with bot security, as in like you know how like you look at like in the past there was like uh, whenever I'm doing stuff, it's like you know the checkbox. I'm not a bot. Sometimes you just click it and then like sometimes you just accept it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now there's like they put like a lot of puzzles and stuff, and like you put in the words like now they like I'm just seeing an increase in those. You know,
Right.
but like I said like because you think about I want you to think about this, right?
Yeah.
I hear so many people saying, right?
Right.
I'm not because obviously we live in Australia, so I'm gonna give you an example of the internet I saw. All right,
Yeah.
some guy bought a PlayStation off Walmart. You know what I mean, and couldn't get through
Right.
playing because like it was just scalped. You know what I
Damn.
mean? And he said that
Yeah.
like, do you really think like Walmart would invest like their money into online security? You know what I mean?
Probably not.
Probably before the scalping situation happened. Probably not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there will be so many computer companies that would probably never invest in like not like online security. It's just bots because like at that time like purchasing bots is not a big thing. You know, like purchasing via
Yeah.
bots was not really a big thing. Um, yeah. Anyway, that's our take. You know,
Yeah.
and you guys like this is. I actually really like how we talked about this because not only we didn't just do like what pretty much everyone discussed like the tiers. We just gave like a whole like overview, which is really interesting. I hope you guys
Right.
like that type of discussion.
I mean, hopefully they improve it over time. Add new games and stuff. But
Yeah.
currently, it's not.
To
It's
be
not worth
fair,
it.
I think the real winner, right,
Yeah.
of like either the Game Pass or the subscription is always the indie games.
Yeah. Most definitely. There you go. Like, hey, we give you this much money. You want to be on the pass? Sure. No,
Not
you're
only
getting.
that, it's like if people who had the pass get to play like these indie games that you people probably never played, yeah,
Yeah.
and they may like put on the internet, hey, this game's actually great, and then some people don't need the pass will actually go and pick up the game instead of purchasing the pass. It's like always a win-win, you know.
Right.
So yeah, yep.
Yeah.
All right, just some like final gaming news. Would like to discuss. I want to talk about the fall of, I'd say, the Halo TV show.
Cool. All right.
I want to talk about that. I want to talk about that.
I mean, I guess it's more.
Yeah, it's the
TV
Force.
show stuff, but like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, yeah, it's more entertaining stuff. I mean, like it's game, like Halo's a game, you know.
Yeah, Halo's a game,
Halo's a
and
game.
the show's worse.
Oh my god, that show's terrible, terrible. I
Wow,
think,
who would have known the show is bad? Oh my god.
yeah, it's
Look,
just
when we
bad.
saw that thingy that said they didn't watch the TV show, they didn't play the games. I already knew, like, like instantly knew.
I mean, like you could have taken it two ways, right? It's like
Right,
you could have said they haven't played the games, right?
right,
Hey, which would have been like, hey, maybe they go like in like a creative new direction, right?
yes,
Which like which could have either been a good or bad thing, right? Could have
of
completely been
course.
good or bad thing, right? Now,
Yeah,
if you also don't play the game, you just don't understand Halo at all, which is like worse than like the benefits of the creative direction is pretty high, but if you flop it, it's pretty bad. You know what I mean?
like you can diverge, but you can't like diverge too far.
Right, right. But like I'm saying is
Yeah,
like if when you're using creative direction, like I said, if you go in a great creative way, people will praise you. You know what I mean?
yeah,
If you go if you use like creative like and like your creative vision, whatever, is like failure. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It'll be bad. You know, it's just gonna be worse than like I just anticipated. The second one is even worse, which I said was like you just don't understand Halo. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like that just puts you in a bad spot. Like that puts you in a bad spot from the start. You know,
Yeah, because you don't know. Yeah, I mean, you just
there's a
don't
lot of
understand
things you
anything.
don't know. You just a lot of
Yeah,
things you don't know. You know what I mean?
right,
So you already knew that you were banking on your creative process to be good. You know what I mean? That's all you were banking on. You know what I mean?
right.
But like from we haven't seen it, but like from like some of the scenes I've seen, oh my god, and some of the things that I've heard like people comment, like I don't even want to watch it. I
Yeah,
just don't want to.
especially the community backlash on it.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah, but yeah, like
save your money, don't pay for
yeah,
it.
this is like, oh man, I don't know what I don't know. I don't have an opinion. You know, like not I
Yeah,
don't have an
yeah.
opinion. I just don't like I don't know
I
how to
mean,
feel. Like
I'm just
it's just
reminded
like
of that
I
clip,
what would you say?
that clip where the gun changes like
Oh
mid.
yeah, but that I don't even think that's like creative direction or anything. That's
Yeah,
just
I
like
know, but
I
it's
don't
just
know
like,
how you stuff that up. I don't know how. Yeah, we'll put a link to the clip in question. It's
yeah,
like he picks up I think the plasma. I don't really remember what's it called.
like the plasma pistol or
Yeah, the
something.
plasma pistol, and then like one scene it looks like it, and the next scene it's just like
It looks like a prop,
a little bro.
like it's like a brown prop.
Yeah, I don't know.
J-Lo, am I right?
Okay, so that's it for like game news. I just want to discuss like one more thing, and then we'll discuss our movie that we have watched.
Yes.
Um, let's talk about the Oscars.
Yay.
Yeah, I didn't even know the Oscars were happening until I saw the memes that Chris Rock had a 1v1 with Will Smith.
Yeah. Oh, uh,
Yeah.
I mean, was it a fair fight? I don't know. Seemed one sided.
Well,
I
I
mean,
just think
it was one
like
attack. It was like
was
a
it a one
sharp,
hit KO?
maybe, perhaps. I mean, he seemed to take it well, but
Yeah. I don't know what was they thinking. I mean, I enjoyed the memes. Like, great, we got more meme content. Um,
yeah,
that's always good. But like, I feel bad for Chris Rock. I don't think
yeah,
he deserve like no one deserves to get hit, and that's really bad for Will Smith's image, you know,
yeah. I think he was like banned from the Oscars
and deservedly so.
for a decade,
Deservedly so, you know.
for 10 years. Like, jeez. I mean,
Yeah. So
deserved,
we
but like
will we
still
will see virtual Will Smith when he receives an award. Um,
virtual.
yeah, they'll probably have
Uh,
a screen with Will Smith on it. It's like, oh, thank you guys. I really like thanks for the award. Most likely, you know what I mean. If he does
mm.
win an award, but like, it's bad for his reputation, bad for that.
I mean, he did end up winning an award, yeah, but
Yeah, but like, come on, like, you don't just go up to someone like who's probably I don't know what Chris Rock was saying. You know what I mean? Um,
making a joke about your wife.
pretty much, like, yes, I get it. You want to dismiss it, but like, come on, Will Smith is a comedian himself. You know?
Right.
Yeah, like you should understand that, but I guess not. Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
I don't really got much to say. I just think like the memes are hilarious.
Name's funny. Action was kind of too much. Like it's kind of reckless.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
it also gives us like something like they should do something so people know about the Oscars. Like there are so many people who tell I've seen on like the internet section like, whoa, what the Oscars were happening?
Maybe an advertise. I mean, people don't even watch the Oscars. Like even if they know about it, they just don't watch it. They find it boring.
Right, right, but like
Yeah.
like yeah, but like I'm just talking in my opinion, right?
Yeah.
That this is not just for the Oscars. This is for like an event, like you know what I mean. It just
Right.
shows you like the Oscars, right? In the past, right? I'm just talking about in the
Yeah.
past. You'd hear it and you're like, holy shit, it's this big event, right? And
Yeah.
now like I don't even know when it's on. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like okay, yeah, like I don't even know when it's on. You know, you could just like advertise things. You know, like I'd love to hear when big events are on. You know, like
Right.
it's just like sure, it's like I don't give two shits about the Oscars, right?
Right.
But then like the Olympic comes around and all I hear about is the Olympics. Yeah, I don't really I sometimes don't care about like some of these stuff on the Olympics, but like I know it's on. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like it just gives you that connection to the outside world. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like something's happening.
Like yeah, something's happening, right? You hear okay, the Oscars. Like I didn't hear it until like that's what I'm saying. They got like I think like goddamn like companies just need to understand the power of advertisement. You know? Like yeah,
Right.
sure, people may not see your whatever it's called your show or something, right? But like
Yeah.
people will know it's out there. You know what I mean?
Right. At the very least,
Yeah, it's like I said, like
might make some people like come and watch it.
right, yeah, that's for sure, right? And if you don't, it's like okay. Other than that, like go do something like I don't know, entertaining, like so people can get on.
Yeah.
Yes, okay, like don't get someone to hit another guy, right? Like don't tell them, all right, you're gonna chuck the Will Smith.
You're
You
gonna
know what I
chuck
mean?
the
Yeah,
Will
I'm
Smith.
being serious. Don't do that. Like don't like you sit there and like you're drawing hat and like okay, so
People
you're gonna
thought it was staged because they wanted people to watch the Oscars,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like you can now
but
like.
it isn't.
Well, I know it's not staged, but like now you can be like now like a tactic could be like, all right, guys, look, right, we've
Yeah.
got we're gonna draw two people's names, yeah, and
Yeah.
like before the Oscars start, and like we're gonna give these people and we're like, all right, you're doing the Will Smith, and then you give the other person the other paper, and you're like, all right, you're gonna do the Chris Rock.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I think it'd be just hilarious, but what I'm saying is like that won't happen, but like
Yeah.
yeah, but like I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, like, what's the word?
Yeah, it's just like I guess like you know what I mean. Like if you advertise, and I'm just saying this for all communities out there. Just like I'm not saying advertise better. Like I'm just saying, like you know,
Advertise at least. Show us something.
yeah. I mean like you never know because like maybe all around the world there might be gaming like conventions, gaming something. I'd just love to like see those. You know what I mean? As a gamer, I'd
Right.
love to see those. You know, I love to see maybe there is like someone who does like movie stuff. You know what I mean? It's just like no one hears about it. You know,
Right.
like it's just all of this stuff. Like I just like I don't know. It's just like a really interesting time where like back then like everyone would know the Oscars is happening, and now no one knows the Oscars is happening. You know?
Yeah, because it was like like I mean, one probably like it's probably better back in the day for one.
Maybe.
There was probably more actors people like loved more,
Yeah,
and it
maybe.
was like a bit more lighthearted, I guess. Well, now it's like more serious, and there's more not as equally loved actors and whatnot. You know what I mean?
I yeah maybe.
Yeah.
But like
There's probably many factors, and there's probably hundreds of videos explaining why.
yeah maybe. But
Yeah.
like I said, it's like I said like I could totally forget which year the Olympics gonna happen, but then once it does happen, I'll know it's that year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'll know it's that year because everyone will be like, "Oh yeah, the Olympics, the Olympics." I'll be like, "All right, cool, the Olympics on this year." I don't
Yeah,
even
but I
need
mean,
you. I don't even
so
need.
doesn't the Oscars happen like every year though?
That's true, but I don't know when every year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I don't
Right.
hear people be like, "Oh yeah, the Oscars is happening this weekend." I don't hear that. You know what I mean? Whereas
Yeah.
like,
No. Yes.
yeah, I'm not
I
talking.
mean, I don't hear an Aussie saying, "Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
the
okay,
Oscars."
okay, okay. Clearly, like I know we don't care, but
Yeah.
maybe like it doesn't have to be the Oscars. Like maybe something's happening. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just
I
like
mean, we were talking about E3 and that got cancelled.
right, right.
Yeah.
Shoot, right.
I mean, that has at least some advertising, yeah.
I knew it was cancelled before
Yeah.
I even knew what was happening.
Yeah,
Nah, fair.
like,
Um,
that is what we call a violation.
oh man.
But like,
I do want to discuss one thing about the Oscars though,
yeah, which is
which
dumb statement.
yeah. So I don't know who said this, and I don't know when, but like I remember like someone mentioned that like oh wait no, it was I think it was this year's Oscars where it was like animation is for kids statement.
Right.
I remember hearing that, and I was like really animations for kids? Really? I get it, because like animation's not meant to be like fully realistic, and sometimes it is targeted towards younger audience.
Yeah.
But like animation's not for kids, you know what I mean? I totally like I'm like animation's not for kids. Not only for kids, I mean like I think it's like for everyone, like anyone can enjoy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just think like animation's just like okay, I'm gonna say animation I think is better for like m- make believe stuff. I'm just talking about like the Disney stuff, you know? I think it just like looks better if it's animated other than like live action.
Right.
I don't know if you completely agree with me. Uh,
Like what in terms of Disney or like just in general?
well, you think about it, right? In
Yeah.
think about any Disney movie, right? And just put it
Yeah.
in live action. Just put like I don't know any great Disney movie, and just put it in live action. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, I do prefer Disney's like animated stuff because I remember watching what like the what was it called, like the Lion King,
Yep.
like the non-animated version
Oh,
as naming
that
it.
looks just so much better than the live action.
Like I like the animated way more.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just so
Yeah.
much better.
I mean, it has so much because the like you have the animal and it doesn't even like the animal's not even emoting. You know what I mean? It's just like an animal. It's
Right,
like
right.
a
But then like
documentary.
there's some other stuff like there is no way that would happen in real life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that like as in like okay yeah, a dragon coming out will never happen in real life. That's not what I meant. Like it's just some of the way the characters act. Like there is no way someone would do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just don't see. But like you sit there and it's animated. You're like, all right, cool. That's one thing I'd like to state, right?
Yeah.
And another thing I'd like to state is that so many years I've seen, right?
Yeah.
I've never seen an Oscar award. I've never seen like anime win an Oscar award. I just want to put it out there for an animation.
Yeah.
Dude, I've seen so many like I wouldn't consider like dumb. I just say like I'd say like an anime movie comes out and I'm like that is so much better than whatever they voted for.
True.
Like I remember when like Demon Slayer movie comes out, it's like a fantastic movie, and I don't remember what won the Oscar animation movie at that time. And I was just like, why wasn't that even considered? Like, it's still classified as animation. Like, do you just guys
Yeah.
just not consider animation? It's legit in the name. Anime is like animation.
I guess because I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know. I've
I
got
don't
no
know.
clue.
I'm
I've got no
assuming
clue.
they just maybe because they just look at Western kind
I
of
think it
stuff.
is
I don't
just
know.
because they look at Western. I think it
I'm
is
not
just
too
they
sure.
look at Western. Fam, I don't know, but like
I don't
I
know.
think it's just something to get on. To get on, like it's like animation is for kids, and like I completely disagree with that statement.
Yeah.
Just watch and
Like
like okay, to be fair, if you watch cartoons, yes, cartoons sometimes are aimed towards kids. I
right.
don't disagree with that. But if you want to watch animation that's not cool tweets, Disney movies are fantastic. I don't believe those are all for kids. And like the statement was like some people said like in the Oscars like where like I'll see if I can find it. And I'll probably put a link for it as well. But like where
I
someone said,
mean, I while still just like talking, I kind of did find it.
oh, did you find like does he say like I don't know I don't know if I'm on the same page.
It
Did
was
they say like
actually like it was so it was like three people like
mm,
who
mm, mm.
just were
Yep yep
people who played live action characters of
yep
Disney
yep.
princesses.
Hmm.
They said they reminded the audience or the nominees. Okay, so they said animated films are something that are made only to keep kids distracted and annoy parents.
That's what I want to say. Like that's not true. I've seen so many comments say like that's not true. So many people say all this stuff like that's not true.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
then
know.
this article goes into detail that like people who made like the Lego movie,
Yep
like kind of like argue against it.
Oh, thank you. Someone, at least someone smart argued
Yeah.
against it. Yes, the Lego movie wasn't that great, but like someone
I
argued
mean, the
against it.
movie itself probably is good, but the game is not.
Okay, yeah, maybe,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I haven't watched the Lego movie, but the
The we
game
ha
is good.
I mean, like the first one, I think I did watch it. The second one, I haven't.
The second I haven't either. Well, the first one I haven't either. But
Oh,
like,
yeah,
yeah,
okay. But like I
I've only
said,
seen
like
clips from it. I've only seen clips, and they look good.
right, no, it's.
Yeah.
I mean, like I think it's like I wouldn't say like the best. I'd say it's like it's not the best, but it's also not too bad. But it's not like the greatest.
Mm,
But yeah, like there's so many stuff like for me it's like if you want a great like if you watch anime, right, you'll know
yeah.
that like animation's not for kids. You'll know like oh shit like
Yeah.
animation's not for kids. All right. Um yep. So
I
this has been a
guess.
long, pretty long episode so far.
Yeah. I
Let's.
guess.
I think we should just tie it up. We'll discuss next time some of the games we've been playing.
Sure.
We
I guess
will
we
we
do
will
Captain
tie
America.
up. Yes, we watch Captain America. So
Yeah.
if you haven't seen Captain America and you don't want to be spoiled, spoiler for the
Watch Captain
next bit.
America.
What? Yeah, Captain America's great. So
Yeah, it's good.
spoiler. Yep. All right.
Okay. It's been a bit since we watched it.
Yeah,
Maybe
but
we
like,
won't
it's still pretty
remember
good. Okay. So Captain America.
exactly everything, but like, yeah, it's
What?
good.
Yeah, it's a fantastic movie. I think it's probably out of the ones we've seen, it's a great movie. Out of the ones we've just recently seen, I think it's really, really good.
It's probably what like
Second or third best, right?
yeah from Phase One. Yeah.
The
I
one
mean, we
before,
still have to watch the Avengers, which probably Avengers is probably gonna might just like top it, but you know what I mean.
yeah. But what I'm saying, the ones that we've seen so far:
Yeah.
Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2, Hulk, Thor. Like, I think it's just the. I
Okay.
think
I probably like just like if I say top three right now, maybe Iron Man, Captain America 4.
it probably is Iron Man, Captain America, Thor.
Yeah, something like around that line.
Yeah, it probably is.
Because this movie's very similar to like how like Iron Man's kind of structured. If you know what I mean. Like it has like a like the major theme of the movie is like the character and his arc. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes, I agree with
Yeah.
you. I think it's
Like
a very
how
simple. It's a simple movie. It's this one takes
yeah, it's a
place.
war movie.
It's yeah, basically goes in Captain America. He trains, built up to be a hero. Takes whatever, like you know what I mean. He's a hero. You know what I mean.
Right.
Everyone thinks like, oh, it's just some guy Captain America to raise morale, but he actually goes and saves people. And
I mean,
then
yeah,
like,
because he was like, because he just saw like the soldiers and they were just like kind of making like fun of
yeah,
him.
yeah, it's like he's meant to base morale for everyone,
Something
not
better,
just
yeah.
soldiers. Yeah, exactly. And then when he actually goes, like, he goes in, like, he saves, and then like he goes and
Says says Bucky.
yeah, he saves Bucky. Yep. And then we have like the last showdown where like they go and they're pretty much trying to end the war, and then like he gets up against Red Skull and like pretty much defeats him, and we get to like being frozen and then released.
Yeah.
Basic premise. Very basic premise.
The movie had a lot of montages, like
Yes,
for like
it does have a lot of montages.
the
Yep.
other movies. Like
We
I had like two sections of just like montage.
yep. We
Yeah.
see the Tesseract in this movie.
Yeah, quite often.
hmm
So
Which
we
is really
saw
interesting. We saw it in Thor, and we see it again
yeah.
in Captain America.
So originally saw it as like we saw a fake one, then we saw the actual Tesseract, and then like Red Skull was basically using it to like make weaponry.
Right, right. I don't know
Like yeah,
how it exists on both Earth and it exists
like
in Thor. Yeah,
Asgard.
Asgard. I was gonna say they
I
take place maybe at the same time, but then like it doesn't because like when he comes back to Earth, that wouldn't make any sense.
no, I'm just assuming like
What we saw wasn't the Tesseract. Is that what you're saying?
no. I mean like the Tesseract didn't it fall through the ship at the end?
Yes.
Yes. I'm assuming between the time it fell through the ship until when like four happens, there's like it gets like recovered. If you know what I mean? Because like there's a big gap. It's like World War II to like present day.
Right, but didn't they discover what's it called?
They discovered Captain America, but that he fell before like way further before way before Captain America like crashed the ship. You know what I mean?
right, but I'm saying, didn't they discover it like, oh, again in the future? I might be wrong.
I don't think they discovered it with Captain America. I think they just. Oh no, they. Or did they with Tony? Not
Yeah,
with Tony, with his father. Oh,
that's what I'm saying.
I think they did.
That's the okay. I'll just
Trying to remember that bit to be honest.
yeah,
It's
they
I
probably
remember
did.
that they had a submarine, but did they get it though? Because I remember they were looking at stuff. I don't know if they recovered it. That's right. Oh, maybe. I'm not sure then. If that's the case, I'm not sure. Uh,
Yeah, so let's have a look at the Tesseract. I'm just having
yeah, I'm doing a Google search right
yeah,
now.
just a quick Google search. The Tesseract did appear in World War Two by Red Skull, which we agreed,
Yeah,
and like I think like then it's in possession of Shield.
right.
Yep. And then like the Tesseract was in like Howard Stark's notes, so Howard Stark did discover it, because how else would he write the notes?
Okay, I think I found
Don't tell me like it's not actually the Tesseract we're talking about. Like in
the I found like a whole like paragraph, like three paragraphs on it.
right. Okay, we'll say it. We'll start saying it.
So okay, so well, during the war, the Hydra had it.
Yep.
Then following Red Skull's defeat at the hands of Captain America, it fell into Arctic waters where Howard Stark recovered it,
Yep. Beautiful.
and it was kept in New Jersey
Mhm.
until 19 at least 1970.
Yep.
Um, Spending decades attempting to harness its power, Stark eventually helped found Project Pegasus, to whom he
Mhm.
relinquished custody of the Tesseract in the 1980s. Marvel, an undercover Kree scientist, joined Pegasus and harnessed the Tesseract's power to create Lightspeed Engine to assist the Skrulls in their war against the Kree, and took possession of the Tesseract, storing it in a laboratory in orbit. In 1989, John Rogg killed Lawson to obtain the Tesseract, but pilot Carl Danvers destroyed the engine, causing her to be doused in Tesseract energy. 6 years later, Danvers, now Captain America, Marvel, recovered the Tesseract from Lawson's laboratory and renounced custody to its shield. It remained in their possession until 2012, when it was stolen by Loki, who used it to Tesseract to open a wormhole and
Okay.
allow.
We don't need all that. We don't need all that. All we need to know is like they uh yep. So it wasn't actually a Tesseract, I believe, that they stole.
Um,
I just think
I
okay.
don't know. Because
Don't worry. We'll figure it out.
that's kind of like where it is currently, basically. Like in our just like watching the film. I know we kind of went over a bit of like Captain Marvel, but it's like that's currently where it is. Just it's just
What was her?
Shield.
Yes,
Like
yes, 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 yes,
Tesseract
yep.
is on Shield right now. So I
Yep.
guess it wasn't. I'm
Yeah,
not sure.
so no, it wasn't they were trying to steal the cask the okay, we are dum dums. They were trying to steal the casket of ancient winters.
Oh, that's something else.
Yeah, that's something else.
Okay,
Because
right.
apparently it was
Before
lost
we
in the
get roasted,
we did get
okay.
roasted. 100%
Well,
because I'm
before we
roasting
get roasted
myself.
by
I'm
people
roasting myself.
in the
Cuz
comments,
you think about this. Well, I'm going to explain to you
what's it
something,
called?
right?
What is it called? Just some more.
The winter casket thingy, I just closed that. God damn it.
Winter Baskets. Look, I'll find it real quick. All right. You have one blue cube,
And you have another blue
and then you
cube.
have another that's wrapped around with something on.
Right,
In the movie, I don't remember it was wrapped around with anything. There's my excuse.
No. But like, you think about this. I want you to think about this for a sec, right?
Right.
Um, when like Loki used what he picked up, right?
Yeah.
Um,
So that wasn't the Tesseract. We were just like being dumb the entire time.
no, it wasn't. But like, cause they do different things, right? Cause the
Right.
Tesseract does like makes energy, right? Where that one like makes the cold. Do you get what I'm saying?
I guess, yeah.
So they do different things. I can't believe how stupid we were. Um. All right. Anyway, let's talk about the rest of the movie. Other than
Okay.
being like stupid for the Tesseract, right? Um.
Yeah.
What did you like about the movie? Let's just go with that.
Okay. So I like Steve Rogers as a character.
Yeah, Steve Rogers is a great character.
I liked also Bucky's character.
Bucky's great. I love we get to
Um.
finally see Howard Stark. That's a great. Like we hear him mentioned, but we finally get to see him. You know.
I love like the banter between all the characters.
Oh yeah, the Vance is great,
Whatnot.
fantastic.
I liked the fighting scenes. I liked the scenes where scene where he got like he rebelled like Bucky and like the rest of like the people captured.
That's
I
a
like
great
that
scene.
scene.
The scene when they came back after they
Yeah,
declared dead, that was so good.
yeah, it was funny. Um, didn't the montages were alright, but I prefer if it was like less so of a
But
montage,
see,
like
see,
a
see, see.
one.
That's not, I would have also loved to see not a montage, but
Yeah,
that's
I
just
guess it
like
would have made it too long.
no, that's just like the fact that if it's a series, you would have probably seen it.
Yeah,
But
but it's a
like
movie.
because it's a movie, you have to condense some stuff.
Yeah,
So and I'm not saying because I saw a really interesting thing that some guy said on the internet where he was really upset that we don't get to see like the everyday lives of the Avengers,
right.
and the only time we did was when like they were partying in like Age of Ultron,
True. Yeah,
right? But then I'm just sitting there like, well, where are we gonna get the screen time to fit in the daily lives of pretty much the Avengers? Like where are we gonna get
yeah.
that? Like where?
They're just gonna do as a TV show.
That's all you could do. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know. I don't know. I've got no clue. I
I know.
legit have no
I
clue.
can tell you something I didn't like about the film though.
All right, that's it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so you know how I said one of the montages. You know, I wish they showed more of that.
You're gonna be like,
I
I
wish
don't
they
want.
showed less of the other montage.
Just make up your
I
mind,
did
bro.
not
Make up your
like it.
mind. Make up your mind. You
The
want
first
more? You
montage
want
I
more?
did not like. I liked the second montage should showed more of it. The first montage they should showed.
Which one's the first? Which one's the second? So we know.
Okay,
Is the
so
one where he's
first
parading
montage,
around? Was that the second?
the first montage is that him parading
Oh,
around
you
like
want to see that? Yep.
I don't want to see that. I don't
You don't want to see
like.
that.
I don't want to see him like being like I am Captain America. I punch Hitler.
Okay. 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 Right.
I want to see more of him, like like reclaiming areas and
Oh,
whatnot.
okay. I get you. No,
Look, I know the Captain America thing is like, oh yeah, it's like it's good for his character and whatnot,
yeah. I know,
but
but
it's
what?
also hella cringe. So I'm like, bro, when I was watching that bit, I was like, bro, this is so cringe. I know it's good for his character, but like, it's cringe.
Fam, like
But then I just wanted to see him like, because like some of the scenes from the trailer that looked sick were part of that second montage, like Cap on a motorcycle, him throwing his shield, and like, and there was an explosion behind him. Like, bro, I thought that was part of like I don't know if I didn't know that was a montage. You know what I mean?
it's like
I
I
was like,
said, bro.
damn, I
They
wanted
ran
to
out
see
of
that.
time. Like, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
Like,
But other than that, I really liked the movie.
you have to put all the like. It's not the best bit of the movie, best bits of the movie together. I'd say you have to put it like as in like middle, because like then it'll be like just like too long. You know what I mean?
You're right.
Like, I mean, not
Maybe
like as
too
in too long, as in like
unnecessary.
obviously it's gonna be too long, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like you can just show like those bits happening. Like, you kind of get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it might have been too unnecessary.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know how they would have fixed that. Like, if you wanted more, but like,
Yeah. I
you
don't know.
couldn't have more. So, but like, I think they did a great job with that.
Yeah.
Um, what do you think of Red Skull as a
Um,
character?
he was German, and he was a villain,
Yes,
and
we
he
get it. Please.
was
Yep. Was he
I
a
mean, he was
good villain?
alright. He
He
wasn't.
played his part, right? Is that you mean?
Yeah.
To be
Like,
fair, I don't think because like he's not your typical villain where you need to like beat him up or whatever, right? Obviously you need to beat him up, but we see
yeah.
like he gets transported, right? But the next time
Right.
we see him, like he's not the same. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But
Clearly.
what I mean is um like it's more of like the more of like Captain America's like personal growth, right? And
Right.
B, it's like Red Skull's commanding his army because he's not the one going up and actually fighting in like the front lines,
Yeah. Yeah.
as an enemy. You know what I mean? Because like in
Yeah,
a war, it's the general or like the main like villain who
usually
commands like
like
never
the
never
army.
ends up fighting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like, what's
Basically.
the word? I mean, it's like, I mean, it's just like, yeah, it's like the army. Like it's just like if you compare them with like the other villains of like the other two movies, like if we say like like Thor and like Iron Man, both of the villains are better. You know what I mean?
Right, right. But like then
Yeah,
again, like I said, right, this is
yeah,
more of a World War movie. It's not like a
exactly.
standard like 1v1 or basically you've got a protagonist and an antagonist, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's a war between two countries, but then like you're basically focusing on one
It's
character,
not even
right?
it's not two countries. I can tell you that.
No, no. Okay, basically it's a war between two teams, right? Like in the
Yeah,
simplistic way, you've got a war between two teams, yeah,
yeah,
and then you chose to pick one character in particular or a group of characters that you want to
yeah.
focus on, right?
Right.
Because I want you to think about this, right? You never see anything pretty much from like the German army sides or like any character other than like Red Skull pretty much. Whenever they
Yeah,
focus on them, it's pretty much Red Skull or it has to be Captain America is or like that group is in that scene. There is no
yeah.
like just the German soldiers talking and stuff. You know what I mean?
Nah.
So that's
It's
just
either him.
like I
It's
said,
either the
Red
the
Skull is involved in that
the
scene.
scientist guy.
Yeah, yeah, but what I mean is like it's like pretty much whenever like there's just a conversation, but on their side only. You're right.
Yeah, yeah,
Because all we see is pretty much like Captain America in his side, right?
yeah,
But whenever we go to German, it's always Red Skull,
yeah,
or like we do see German soldiers battling against Captain America as a group, but we never see like
yeah,
the Germans just in their own interaction. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. True, true, true.
Because like the main focus has to be on like that's the difference with then it being a war movie, because a war movie would have had both sides. You'd show off both sides, you'd show off some of the battles, and you show the generals, right?
Yeah,
But you decide to, because some other movies decide to do it as well. Some war movies, you decide to pick a few characters, and you want to go through their journey throughout the war. You know,
right.
and you have to do this because you want to focus on Captain America. You don't want to focus on the whole war.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so I think they did a great job with that, in my opinion.
yeah. Right. So it's like it's a war movie, but it's not.
No, it is a war movie. It's just like
Yeah, but it's
yeah,
not in like a war movie in a sense of like. So if it,
you
like you
we don't
said,
get to
you
see
see
basically
Captain America.
both parties. We
Yeah.
don't get to see both parties. You know
You
what I
don't see
mean?
both sides. You don't see the effects the war has on it, and why
Exactly,
war's
exactly.
bad. And, yeah, yeah, yeah.
But because again, if you do include all of those, like you pretty much like
It just
don't
becomes like a war movie, less
right.
so a Captain America movie.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Right. So I would love to see right
yeah,
because we don't get to see it obviously.
right.
Captain America's integration into society. We will not get to see it. Future society.
I mean, I guess we'll see a bit of that in Avengers,
We do, but like what I mean is like it's not like he's
Captain
like
America,
what? Sorry.
in the next Captain America, I guess.
Right,
But I
right.
don't
But
know.
like the next movie is straight Avengers. So like in
Yeah,
terms of movie world, right?
yeah,
You pretty much see a jump like from him going straight to Avengers. You know what I mean? And
right.
like obviously he's not shocked by like the cars and the shit in the city at the end of the movie, right?
I mean, he wasn't really. I mean, he's shocked by the cars, but not the towers or anything. I don't know why.
Yeah, but like he's
Or
not
the
shocked. You know what I
massive.
mean?
Yeah,
And then like obviously when he spoke with like when he spoke with Nick Fury, because I think like some time passed before he re-speaks to Nick Fury, so we pretty much
yeah, yeah,
missed
yeah.
like all the reintegration stuff, right? And he
I
said,
think that.
you want me to get reintegrated into society? He said, I want
Yeah,
you to what was it like save the world or something? You know what I mean?
yeah.
So when you say
Something
that,
along those.
yeah, something along those lines. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that happens like right before like the Avengers. Like, you know what I mean?
That was the ending scene, and then before the
Yeah.
Avengers trailer, like that
No,
wasn't
no,
part
no.
of.
I know.
Yeah,
No,
what?
I'm saying like chronologically. I that think that like when he talks to Nick Fury, I think that's more so like closer to Avengers than
Yes,
maybe
yes, yes, yes. I agree with you. I agree with you on that.
maybe
Yep.
the end of Four, not Four, the end of Captain America, like when he runs out into New York
Yeah,
City.
no, that's not the end. Like the end of Captain America is not when he runs out of New York
No, no,
City.
no. But I'm saying like you know how he runs out
Yep.
to New York City.
Yep.
I think the scene where he's punching the beanbag or
Yep,
whatever,
yep,
the punching bag.
yep.
I think that's closer to Avengers
Yep.
than that being closer to when you see that scene of him running. Like
No,
the
no.
time between. You know what
Okay.
I mean?
So what I'm saying is like there, and what I'm saying is there's a time skip between that scene.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and what you're saying is what. So I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
The bit where he's punching the bag is probably very close to Avengers,
Yes.
which I agree with. That's what I was trying to say as well. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, I do agree with you there.
I'm just saying there's a time, a big. I'm
No,
not
there
saying it's
is.
probably not big,
It's
but
not
there's a
big,
gap.
but like there is a gap because he did
Yeah.
say, he did ask him, "You want me to get reintegrated in society?" He said, "I want you
Yeah.
to save it." You know what I mean? So there was a
Yeah.
gap. Like obviously there is gonna be a gap, right? That doesn't happen the next day. He's punching the box. That's not how it happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Okay. All right. All right.
Okay.
Anything else you want to discuss before we give our rating? Um,
Um. Good movie. There was the, I guess, well, the action scenes,
the
the
action
funny bits,
scenes, the
bad
music,
bits.
that's funny, are all great.
Yeah. Yeah. It was good. 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 Whatchamacallit.
Good
Good.
movie.
Good overall movie.
Okay.
Um. Probably like rating it like probably a 7 out of 10.
I think seven's
Probably.
pretty low. I think it's an 8.
I think it's an 8 out of 10.
I think I think it's an 8 in my opinion. You think it's a 7? I think it's just a great movie.
I mean, I'm struggling to remember my other like ratings,
What?
so I'm just kind of like, because I'm struggling. I can't really remember
No,
like
it's
what I
it's
rated what
not. It's
movie.
like out of 10 because we're not a relation in any of the previous movies, obviously, right?
I think it's a 7.
Yeah, I think it's a 7. I think it's a 7. Yeah, I do. I agree with you. I'd say with for you 7. I think seven's a solid choice, right?
Right.
Like, don't get me wrong. I think it's an 8 for me. But like, it
Okay.
could have easily been a 7. It could have easily been a 7.
Not sure.
I'm saying like it's like high 7, low 8 for me.
Alrighty.
Right. I'm on like the cusp. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. Because I think it's a fantastic movie that doesn't do many things wrong. I think this is a great film. Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. And I think it's
Then of,
just really good. Yeah, I enjoyed
then
it.
of course after this is gonna be the Avengers.
Well, it depends. So what I mean is depends is the Sonic
Ah.
movie released.
Yeah,
So
it did release.
it depends now. Will we be watching the Sonic movie this week? If we are, we will talk about it. If not, we will probably watch the Avengers and discuss it. So we'll
I mean,
let you guys
if
know.
if
We'll let you guys know
anything,
on
we would
next week's episode.
probably watch Avengers this week. Probably, most likely. And if we have time, we might also watch Sonic, and then we'll just talk about Sonic and the Avengers like the
Maybe,
week
maybe,
after.
maybe.
Just depends on if we can watch Sonic. That's the only thing.
Yeah, but like if we watch
Yeah,
Sonic and then like it's probably better not to watch the another movie.
I guess, but it's
You
like
kind of get what I'm saying? I don't
like
know. I
right
don't know.
now we have more time to watch the Avengers than watch Sonic. You know what I mean? Just based on what we have.
I agree with you on that. I'd
Yeah,
probably say I agree. I probably agree with you on that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. If
we'll see.
probably maybe we end up watching Sonic. Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah. Hmm.
And then after that is Phase Two, which has a quote unquote great start. But yeah,
Okay. So yeah. So yeah. I
yeah,
think we got Sonic. I think Sonic's gonna be a fantastic film.
yes, Sonic
Yep,
Two.
Sonic 2. It's already released, and so like I'd recommend if you guys to go watch it.
Yeah,
Yep. No spoilers. Don't spoil it if you've already seen it. Yeah.
yeah, um, yeah.
Okay. Anything thoughts before you want before
um,
going?
Sonic Two is gonna be good. Animation is for ages.
I mean, it's a
Um,
live action.
Will Smith won the 1v1, and E3 was cancelled, and the show sucks. Star Wars, Kirby, and Elden Ring are great games. Also,
Okay. Yeah. We'll
they're,
discuss those the next week. We'll get
yeah,
more game time
and
on
we
them.
have more time on them.
Yep.
Like what? We have like probably like 3 hours in
Who
uh
knows? We'll see. We'll see.
Star Wars. I probably have an hour in Elden Ring. You probably have a couple hours in Kirby. There,
All right. All
good.
right. All right. All right. No
I just
spoilers. We're
got long
spoiling it
enough.
for next week. The people will not come watch our video next week.
I mean, they. I mean, if they know at least. I mean, we don't know what else we're gonna have next week, so they
No,
tease
no,
like a
no.
bit
Well,
for
you gotta hype them up.
days.
Anyway.
I mean, we just said we might watch Sonic or like the
No, no, no,
Avengers.
no. You
It's
gotta
like,
hype it.
bro,
You gotta hype it. All right. Yep. So
So
quick, say something interesting.
hit the notification bell, subscribe and like that, boom.
Yeah, you guys heard what Mike said.
Yeah.
Please follow us on Twitter, and
Oh yeah.
we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.